Hi, Ursula Larson here, founder and editor of CapitalStandard.com. I wanted to put out a really quick video today about why I think jobs are going to become more competitive in the near future. I understand what the landscape looks like right now. Currently, there's all this news about how there are plenty of jobs and they can't be filled. Yes, that is understood. But there's also a really good explanation for that, the goosed up unemployment that a lot of people are receiving. It just doesn't make sense for some people to go back to work right now. Also, there's plenty of places that are still shut down and the virus is not 100% out of control. You can't expect for everyone to be told to go home. There's this deadly thing out there, stay away from other people. And then all of a sudden we're just supposed to just be really comfortable getting back out there, being in elevators with people, being in enclosed spaces. So I think that's going to take some time to kind of adjust. But also look at the numbers right now. So currently we're on a very good trend. When the pandemic first happened, all we hear is, every week, 1 million people filed for unemployment. These just insane numbers. And these days, and in fact, for the last 3 months, it's been about, 700,000, 600,000, 500,000, and most recently 400,000 people filed for unemployment and during the last jobs report that we received. But in a normal economy, this would be around 200, 250,000 people per week filing for unemployment. So these numbers are still really, really high. And I think another number that is really important here is the job creation rate. We're not creating enough jobs at the same pace that we would need to recover in a really strong way. So where we are right now, there are 15 million people who are unemployed. 65% of the jobs have been recovered, but still not all of the jobs have been recovered. We're short 11 million jobs. And just recently, I saw an article in the World Economic Forum entitled, "Is the Entry-Level Job Going Extinct?" So that's weforum.org. The World Economic Forum put out this article about a month or two ago. Just last month they put out this article. And so the entry-level job is going extinct. And there couple bullet points we have here is that there were a 68% decrease in the number of entry-level jobs posted in the US, of course, due to the pandemic, but also it's a continuation of a trend that began following the last recession. So the last recession was really tough on jobs. There's another one that's going to be coming just because, we are in a cycle of booms and busts in this economy. So we're pretty used to it at this point. But the last recession that I was kind of like newly out of college at that time, and it was knockdown, drag out fight for me to find a job. And so there's going to be a lot of people who were already unemployed who are going to have what I think this is a normal term is called chronic unemployment. And so this is when you're unemployed for a year, 2 years, 3 years. We're already seeing this happening from the last recession. This is only going to happen more and more as the extra unemployment payments stop and people have to start looking for a job. Yes, we're talking about wage inflation right now. Yes, we're talking about how jobs can't be filled, but there is a very good explanation for that. As the additional unemployment goes away, there's going to be a rush to come back to look for jobs. So just wanted to put out a quick video that says, I think jobs are going to get more competitive in the near future. And the thing about this economy and the pandemic that I think was such a shock to everyone is how fast it happened. It was like one day everything's fine and the next day everything's shut down and our lives changed like in the blink of an eye. It's going to be the exact same thing where all you see is this news about everything is booming, consumer confidence, et cetera, plenty of jobs. And then all of a sudden there's not going to be enough because the numbers do not make sense. There's 15 million people who are unemployed right now. We're short jobs. People aren't looking for jobs at the moment. But what I think people need to do now is not wait for the unemployment to end. Start looking for a job right now if you need one. If you're someone who isn't financially independent, you're waiting for something to happen, or you're giving yourself a couple more months, I say start just your job search right now. You don't have to say yes to anything. You don't have to take the first thing that comes along, but start the job search, because I think it takes about 6 months, 3 to 6 months to find something that you really want. And I think also, if you do want to switch jobs or make more, there's never been a better time to do it, but the window is short. And so the time is now. If you've been thinking about, should I jump? Should I start looking for something? Just understand that it's going to take 3 to 6 months. So, there's a lot of people who I know personally, they're like, in the back of their head, they're like, oh yeah, I want a new job, but they're not looking, they're not applying, they're not getting their resume together. They don't know what they want. It's like, if you think you're going to want that in the near future, get some resources together, get some information together, figure out, what do I want? What am I looking for? How much do I want to make? What's the average salary here? And ask for that high end, because we're at this window where you can ask for that high end. But I think that that's going away really, really quickly. So I highly encourage you, if you think you're going to be, in the market anytime soon, start your job search now. Start putting together your criteria now. Start reaching out to people now. Even if you don't want to say yes now, start looking now, so you understand what the landscape looks like and you're not scrambling for the door when these 15 million or however many millions of people. I don't know when the last time this happened. The last recession, I think there was something like 600,000, 700,000 people who were out of work. I've never seen anything like this in my lifetime, where there's so many people who are unemployed. And it's just not going to happen where we're going to snap our fingers and every single one of these unemployed people who wants a job is going to be able to find one. It doesn't work that way. This happened to me during after the recession. It took me a very long time to get back on my feet and to find something. So there's going to be plenty of people who experience that chronic unemployment, who are going to be unemployed for 1 to 2 years or more. This happens, and we don't ever talk about it. I think as a society, it's not talked about openly, but it happens all the time. And those people kind of retreat. They don't talk about it because it's insane to be someone who is actively looking for a job and you can't find one for years. But I think that this is on the horizon because of just the sheer number of people. This World Economic Forum article confirms it, but also look at the numbers. There's 15 million people and we're short 11 million jobs, but it's not a laughing matter. It's just insane to me to just think about the sheer numbers of this. And so all of this to just encourage you, if you're looking for something, start looking now, start getting your personal branding together now. I think this is going to be important in a competitive job market and in a competitive economy. If you're someone who has zero personal branding, you don't even have a LinkedIn page, I think this is like the bare minimum of, put a picture on there, a professional looking picture, looking photo, fill out your experience, put very explicitly, here's what I want, here's what I'm looking for, here's what I'm good at, here are the projects I'm most proud of, or, the numbers I'm most proud of, like I, drove growth or whatever, that like 50%, whatever you want to say. But yeah, I really think it's important to start getting your personal brand together and start putting that criteria together for the jobs that you want, because we have this short window and we need to take advantage of it. So if you'd love to hear more about personal branding, if you'd love to hear more job reports, please let me know. Leave a comment below, subscribe, whatever. I don't care. I just do this because I think it's really, really interesting. And I want to start a conversation about it. So if anyone thinks something different, if you want to upvote, downvote, who cares? Whatever you think, just share it. And I'd love to start a conversation, and I'll link the World Economic Forum article below, as well as anything else I can find to just back up this theory that the numbers just don't make sense. Jobs are going to get really competitive. And if you think you're going to be in the market for a job soon, start looking now. All right, bye.